I think this is like an IV. I'm not I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I don't know anything. Is this quiet quitting? Donald Trump has not golfed in 13 days. Today would be 14 days, the longest absence since taking office in January. He is dying. So, there is some real speculation that's flying around. Have you guys seen Trump's hand? It's pretty crazy, man. He golfed today when he went to the Ryder Cup. Okay, so it's a long time frame that he didn't actually golf for, and I do find it very odd. I do find it very strange, because like he loves golfing and you can't stop him from golfing. So like, is his human battery running out? And the reason why I ask this question is because I don't think his hand is busted from shaking hands. Because when this stuff first came out, okay, when these photos first came out a couple months ago, and then paired up with his cankles, people were like, "Oh, he's got some real issues. What's going on?" And then the White House's response was basically, "Oh, the president shakes a lot of hands, and that's the reason why his hand is like messed up." I think this is like an IV. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I don't know anything, but I feel like this is most consistent with like an IV drip bruise, right? I feel like the only time I've had bruising on my hand like that the president might want to cover up with makeup, even though it's like the shittiest application I've ever seen, which is shocking, would be if you were consistently getting IVs. And that creates some kind of bruising. You sure he's not trying to have bigger hands and it's a failed surgery? That's pretty funny. Didn't the White House say it was some condition when it was benign? Yeah, the White House said that it was like, he's old as fuck and has thin skin. They're just hiding bruises, cuts, etc. It's common and just vanity. But yeah, it could be from. Okay, we do have a medical specialist in the chat, and he's saying he's old as fuck and has thin skin. They're just hiding bruises and cuts, etc. But it's like in the same. Andrew, isn't it weird that it's the same place? Like, do you think it could be actually from like extreme handshaking? Not if it's IVs like you said. I'm just speculating. I'm just because like it's around the same place. So because it's so consistent, it almost feels like the reason why I thought it was potentially an IV drip is because it's so consistent. I glanced at a bunch of new articles about the recurring bruise on the back of Trump's right hand, which people have noticed since 2024, and they are oddly clustered around the 24th of the month. That suggests he's getting an infusion every month. That could be the case. Like, that's what it feels like to me. Dude, one of these days, the delivery driver that's like fucking delivering my package, like this motherfucker is listening to a podcast right now, and I got so worried that it was going to be like a delivery driver that's listening to my Twitch stream while delivering, because I know you motherfuckers are delivering right now. You know, there are, and I'm just gonna fucking go doors open, and then he's gonna hear that and be like, "Oh my God, I used to, I don't anymore." It's not just the hand, and it isn't just recently. There's evidence of Trump receiving possible infusions since at least 2016 when he visited the Oval Office after the election that maybe add psoriasis, which would help explain his often splotchy appearance. What? No, that's... Okay, this is too much. I'm delivering dick right now, ... Never mind, I'm just eating lunch alone. It's an IV to clear fluid buildup from congestive heart failure. Symptoms are the same as what they say is more benign. They would swap the other hand if the hand's veins were exploding after having cancer and being hooked up for months of my life. They would swap vein sites. Well, not if it's just like once a month, right? Because this only happens like once a month, seemingly. I mean, he is just old. That is the truth, right? I mean, that's just what it is. He's fucking old. That is one thing you can't avoid, right? Aging. Maybe that's what's up. That's what's going on here. He's just fucking... His big ass ankles are also common for his age due to chronic edema, usually due to congestive heart failure, which isn't like an instant death sentence and is treated with drugs. But look at him, man. Of course he has CHF. Yeah, he is... He is not exactly a beacon of health. I don't think that's a controversial statement. We can agree that Big Boy has been looking like shit for quite a while. I mean, this is funny to me as a Turkish man, okay? As a Turkish American man, this is funny to me. Russians know what this feeling is like. Turks know what this feeling is like when you just like sit around and expect divine intervention, okay? It's not I'm just saying, you will wait a very long time. Evil never dies, okay? At least in my experience. This is usually very common in places in countries where you got like a deeply unpopular autocratic leader that's just like fucking everything up. I'm convinced the more I want Putin to die, the healthier it becomes. Yeah, it is kind of like that, actually. Yeah, Bolsonaro is another great example of this. Like that man is living in Final Destination. Okay? He is in the hospital for longer periods of time than he is out in the real world. Okay? It doesn't make any sense. Germs fear him. Okay? Germs fear him. They look at him and they go, nah, dude, this is too much. Same with fucking Mitch McConnell. Dick Cheney, another great example. Dick Cheney's had like 11 hearts at this point, bro. And you just sit around and you're like, come on, man, give me something good. And every single time I've noticed when people understandably feel this way about a particular evil monster, they get more powerful. Okay? They get more powerful. It's coming out. It's coming from a place of powerlessness, but ultimately, it's just, it is what it is.